What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, some of you want to know what I think about Kevin Samuels. Well, some of you think that because I am a woman that I can't stand him, or I get offended about him, or I just don't like him. You're wrong. Let me get this out of the way. I do feel that he is a bit abrasive. He can be harsh. However, when it comes to statistics and factual information, that's that's written. That's there. I know that there's a lot of women who can't stand him, women who feel, oh my God, I can't believe he said this. I can't believe he, and as women, we are driven by emotion. So as soon as we hear a tone that we don't like, we immediately forget about what's being said, and instead we listen to how it's being said. And there lies the problem, I feel, with a lot of women and Kevin Samuels, is that he comes off very strong. He has no filter. He will sit there and tell you exactly how he feels, unapologetically, not only how he feels, but what he knows. Some may or may not know that, yes, he was previously married and divorced twice. But that doesn't make him less knowledgeable about what he's talking about. I feel like, there's people out in the world who work and people who manage, and there are people who cannot do a specific job to save their life, but they can manage and run the business like you wouldn't believe. So just because he's been divorced doesn't mean that he doesn't know what he's talking about. I feel like a lot of women expect him to say what they want to hear, and instead they are being told what they need to hear, and they don't like it. Personally, as a woman, I agree with a lot of what he says. Again, he may come off as abrasive, harsh, very strong, but he's a strong-minded man. When it comes to, high-value men and submissive women and things like that, I do agree that there is a certain way that as a woman you need to carry yourself, especially if you are looking for a high-value man. I believe that taking care of your body inside and out is a must. I feel like your mental health, that needs to be in check. I feel like you need to be driven, motivated, filled with integrity, morals, ethics, understand your worth, understand what a man is looking for. Men don't want to hear, I don't need a man. I want a man. I don't need one. I will tell you, as a woman, women do need men. For example, when you call for help, when you call 911, when you call the police, you don't call the police and say, it's okay if you don't send me a man, send me a woman. No, you think that there is a man who is going to come and help you. At that moment, you need a man's help. So that's just an example. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but when it comes to that, I believe that women do need men. When it comes to women being feminine, and I feel like that is a must. I personally grew up watching women be strong yet feminine and allowing their husbands, i.e. my dad and my uncles, to be men and to lead and to be trusted in leading our families. I growing up seeing my mom, like, she has taught me to be strong yet to maintain my femininity. I have always been a strong person. I have always been independent in the sense that I have always been driven. I have been working since I was 14. I don't have any kids. I've never been married. I want to always do things the right way. I have a college degree. No, I don't have a PhD, but I do have a college degree. I'm very educated. I always want more for myself. And I allow myself to be submissive. And that's not to say that women, you need to sit there and just be told what to do and be a doormat. That's not what that means. And I feel like that's another thing that kind of gets, it falls through the lines there, because when women hear submissive, be submissive, submit to your man, they immediately feel like they need to be told what to do. That's not the case. Being submissive is trusting your man in leading you. Being submissive is knowing how to listen. Being submissive is understanding when your man needs space. Being submissive is understanding when your man needs you and when he doesn't. Allowing your man to be a man. Giving him the space to love you the way that you need to be loved. And to respect you and to, yes, you may know your worth, but does he know your worth? How are you carrying yourself to let him know what you are worth? A man doesn't want a weak woman. A man doesn't want an overly strong woman. You can be strong, but you still need to hold your feminine, way. So in that aspect, I do agree with what he says. And I feel like if you do want a high value man, if you want a husband, if you want to live this life with someone and build a future and have a family, you need to look in the mirror and check yourself. And you need to understand that when Kevin Samuel speaks, yes, the way that he says certain things, you may not like it. You may not like the way that he is saying it, but I don't watch clips. I watch entire shows. I have binge watched entire episodes of his shows. And, and I admit, like at first, when I first kind of heard about him, I'm like, wait a minute, like people are saying he's rude, he's disrespectful, like who is this guy? Let me try to, see who he is. When I started watching him, immediately I'm like, oh, okay, he's just very blunt. Now, before this whole Kevin Samuels thing started going off the charts, I have looked at life as a woman, and I have always looked at relationships and what I've wanted out of a relationship the way that he explains it. I want a husband, I want a family, and I, am not going to sit here and put my money up there and say, oh, well, I don't need you to do this, and I don't need your money, and I don't need to do that. Because if that's the case, then what do you need a man for? You don't need a man if you don't need anything else. If you have everything that you want, why do you want a man? And a lot of women say, I don't need a man, I want a man. We do need men. We do need men. We may very well be able to pick up traits that men do and be able to do things that men do, but we still need men. So with all that being said, just because he says things the way that he says them, and just because he's been divorced and just because people don't like him and for whatever reason, I mean, there's even rumors that he's gay. At the end of the day, so what? Because if he is telling you the truth, if he is telling you things that your own family doesn't tell you, your own friends doesn't tell you, certain men that you deal with can't even communicate with you and tell you what they need, he's telling you what it is. He is giving us a cheat sheet of what men are looking for, high value men at that, what they are looking for. If you sit there and you wonder, man, I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder what he really wants. You see a man walking in the room with a 3-piece suit, smelling good, look like he means business. You want to know what he's thinking? You want to know what type of woman he wants? Kevin Samuels is letting us know what those men are looking for. So this is not to say, oh, you need to be a doormat. Again, no. And again, another thing is appearance. Recently, Tyrone made a video about women don't go outside with bonnets on. And me personally, as a hairdresser, that's a no-no when it comes to let me tell you this. Bonnets are to be worn when you're setting your hair. Maybe there's something going on with your hair at the moment. You need to cover it up, or you're on your way to the hair salon, or you're waiting for your hair to set. That's fine. But using a bonnet as an accessory every day because you want to be lazy and don't want to do your hair, for some women, that says a lot. Like, if you're too lazy to do your hair, what else are you lazy about? Especially if you walk outside with pajamas on and all this other stuff. Like, you need to take pride in your appearance because you are your personal profile. You are the first thing that people see when you walk out the door. You really are. And that matters to a lot of men. A lot of men. Some men may not tell you, but that matters to a lot of men. Am I saying that you should walk out looking glamorous like you're about to walk the runway? No, but take pride in your appearance. Pull your hair back in a nice ponytail, a nice sleek ponytail. Put on a cute little outfit. Wear some light makeup, even if you're just going grocery shopping. Throw on some hoops or little studs. Take pride in your appearance. That is another thing that I grew up watching. Women in my family, they take pride in their appearance. They take pride in being feminine yet strong and showing that they are, strong enough to hold the house down, yet allowing their men to lead. Like, that is what I grew up seeing, and that's how I am. So that stuff is important. So I agree with a lot of what he says. There are certain things that I don't agree with. I kind of flinch when he talks about, high value men exercising their options and not cheating. But I don't agree with the whole cheating thing or exercising options. But other than that, like, I agree with a lot of what he says because I personally have believed in those things before I even started watching him. So listening to Kevin Samuels speak on these things only sheds light on what I already believe. And it makes me feel better about continuously being the woman that I am, and even makes me want to be more of what I already am, and that in turn only benefits me and my relationship. It only benefits the man that I'm with. It only helps, us build a better future. Like, it can't hurt you to try something different when everything that you have been doing isn't working. Hope that makes sense to someone. But again, this is my opinion. You can agree to disagree, or if you agree, either way, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed my take on how I feel about Kevin Samuels, let me know. And again, to each his own. Everyone has their own opinion. But both men and women, I feel like there are certain things about you that you have to allow the other person to see. You have to have morals. You have to care about yourself, your well-being, your health, your mental health, what you want out of life. And it's important. It's all important. So let me know what you think below. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like and share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later. Toodles.